Hello everyone, welcome back to G&J Exploring. In today's video we cover our third and final part of our trip to Norfolk, which is shown in purple on the map here. We start off with a trip to the town of Holt to take the North Norfolk Railway to the town of Sheringham next to the sea, where we spend a little bit of time and have a very nice lunch before taking the train back to Holt. The next day we head to Blickling Estate, another large National Trust property, and have a look around there for a few hours before heading to St Nicholas Church in Blakeney and taking a very tiring walk up to the top of its steeple. We then head back to Clay next to the sea to do some barbecuing before finishing up our time in Norfolk and heading for home. We hope you enjoy this video, and on with the show. Today, Juliet and I are at Holt Station, which is a small railway station in Holt, which is near Neck. And this is sort of a, don't know how to describe it, a charity run railway. It's not sort of mainline railway. It has heritage locomotives on it, so there is a steam engine and a diesel electric engine. And we're going to be taking the railway here, which is called the North Norfolk line, and we're going to be taking it to somewhere nearby called Sheringham. So it's not too far away as the crow flies, but I think it'll be a bit of a distance on the train because we'll be going very slowly. And here we are on the train platform. We bought our tickets. They were £19 each, but you do get unlimited travel for that. Bit pricey maybe, but it is a thing to do. And we have this very nice train here in front of us, looking very impressive. And we're going to be going inside. Apparently this is first class, and Juliet's about to open the door for us. And we can go and look inside the first class area. Smells like an old train. And there we go. Very nice to look at. We have now arrived in Sheringham. Very nice little trip on the locomotive, and you've probably seen a video I did from Weybridge to Sheringham. It took about 8 minutes, although I will probably have sped it up for the purposes of not boring people too much, but really nice. It's not as impressive a diesel engine as I wanted to be on. I wanted to be on one of the really big diesel electrics, but it did get a nice view out the front window, so you can't complain too much. And if I spin round, you get to look down the tracks, and these tracks here actually go on to proper railway where there was a proper train earlier, you might have seen with the GoPro. We're now going to be heading into Sheringham and seeing what we find. We're now at the coast, so we walk down the high street of Sheringham. Very nice high street, lots of nice cafes and charity shops, something I like to see. And we're now having a look at the sea. Going to have a little bit of a walk along and then find somewhere for lunch. So we've now walked to the other end of the promenade here, and the sun has come out ever so slightly, so I'm going to have a walk down to the actual sand. Not been on any sand yet this trip, just the pebbles. And there we are on the sand looking at the sea here in Sheringham, and if I spin round I've got a nice view all around us, and Juliet's hiding up there in the shelter.
And here we have the opposite side of the video, the thing I have to put up with all the time, which is George just wandering off looking a bit daft to get some video content for you all.
We've just come a little bit down the front from where we were before, and we're at the Guacamole restaurant having a nice snack. It's sort of a cabin on the beach and very, very pleasant. We're now having a quick look at the Henry Raymer Upshur lifeboat, which was a private lifeboat which rescued a ship just down the way, which we learnt about on a plaque. And there we go, there is the lifeboat. Go and have a look in a moment, and we have some other boats and the sea. We're back here at Sheringham station, and we're going to be getting on the new locomotive in a moment, which is going to be a steam engine at this time around.
We are off from Sheringham train station. We are now on the steam train, as George just told you. So this is us heading out, getting a lot of steam in our face. It's a signal box. And in a few moments time we'll be in fields along the sea heading back to Holt. If you can see it through the smoke, there is a golf course, and that is the sea. So Holt line, George already said to you, currently now Sheringham to Holt, not very long in miles, very pleasant to go along. And yeah, got the golfers taking photos of us as we're taking photos of them.
So we're approaching the next station along, and I'm putting the GoPro out the window a little bit because we're going to go past some other locomotives, which unfortunately we're not on today, but we'll get to have a little bit of a look at them. And this looks like where they keep their locomotives when they're not in use. So this big diesel electric engine we're just going past now is the one I hoped we'd be on, but we're not. But we can have a nice view of it out the window. But they've got absolutely tons of locomotives here. Really good selection. And there you go, bit of a view of some of them. And here we are at Weybourne. So we are now back at Holt. The engine has decoupled from one end of the train, has gone to the other, and it's just filled itself up with water from the contraption to the left of the frame here, which sort of extends out and has a bit of an elephant trunk, allowing you to fill the engine with water. And I think in a moment this engine is going to reverse backwards onto the train a little bit further down the platform. Sounds like it's going to be moving in a moment, and there we go. Very nice. So Juliet and I would definitely recommend coming to Holt railway station and the railway here. Really nice. There's also a little museum here at Holt, which isn't the most interesting thing, but it is free, and you get some more history of the railway. So that's it for us for now. We're now going to be heading back to the house and seeing what we do the rest of the day.
It's getting towards the end of our trip now, and we are now at another National Trust place called Blickling Estate. So there's a nice hall that we're going to go and see, maybe a lake, maybe a little bit of a walk, but we'll see what we see shortly.
So, as Juliet will have said, we are at Blickling Hall, and it is a very impressive property. I'm just going to go through the entrance gate here, and you've got the property there in front of us, looking absolutely amazing. Really, really impressive building. The best thing about it, of course, is the man at the entrance said that it has the best second-hand bookshop of all the National Trust properties, which is definitely a big upside as far as I'm concerned. First thing to see here is the RAF Museum. As with lots of the places around here, it had an air base associated with it in World War II, and they've got a nice little exhibition for the people who served here and the history of the location. So we are now in the house. A very nice house it is. Given to the National Trust in 1940 and then used as a Air Force base, as I said. But this was a standard story of a chap run out of sons to look after the house, so he gave it to the National Trust. But very, very nice. All original. And we're now going to be having a wander around and see what else we can find in this monstrous building. After a successful trip to the bookshop, we are now in the main gardens. Now, the gardens themselves are monstrous, absolutely humongous, but we're just in the more looked after portion, and we're going to have a bit of a walk around this and see what we find. We're up at the top of the garden, and we found a rhododendron. I believe it's a rhododendron, absolutely full of bees. Absolutely humongous bees, like this one here. All covered in pollen. But that's pretty much it for us here. We've had a nice look around. And we have the house in the distance. And we're now going to go and hunt down a nice little country pub and have some lunch. Juliet and I are now at St Nicholas Church in Blakeney. So we've left the National Trust property, gone back to Blakeney where we were a few days ago, and we're now climbing to the top of the church tower, which we'll let you do. And I think when we get to the top, we're going to have some great views. Now we have been climbing for quite a long time, and we don't seem to have got to the top yet, but hopefully we will get there soon. Here we go. I have reached the top of the tower. And we do have spectacular views all around. So that down there is Clay next to the sea where we're staying. Here's a very tired Juliet. And it's a really good thing to come to. We're going to stay up here for a little bit and then we'll be heading into Blakeney to get some lunch.
This is the last night here in Clay. We are at the accommodation having a barbecue. I think George should be in charge if we go out here.
Hello.
How's it going, George?
Yeah, all good. Nearly there. It's our final day here in Norfolk and the rain has come back, so it's a good day to be leaving. So we've had a very nice week. It's been an interesting week. We don't normally do holidays where we stay in one place, but it has made a bit of a change. We're going to be going to Cambridge on our way home, but given we've done some videos from Cambridge fairly recently, we won't bore you with those. So that's it from Juliet and I for the moment, and we will see you next time.